Okay, folks, listen, we finna tone it down a little bit and we finna get real personal. Now, you done already seen the thumbnail, so you know we doing lamb chops. Super easy. A lot of people stay away from them, you know what I mean? Because they think they something like just like way over the top. They are with the flavor, but I'm gonna show you how to make them and make them, you know, taste good. All right, so before I cut these down, I just wanna go over some of these ingredients. You guys can look. If you guys got that fresh, you know, rosemary, that'll be the best. You know what I mean? We got garlic cloves, and this right here is what we're gonna use. This is this is rosemary infused olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. You know, I'm hooked on these Branch and Vine products. Just to let you guys know, I don't get nothing for this. Just when I find something that's good, I like to just, you know, share it with the world, you know? And this right here is a lemon. We're gonna get a little lemon zest. So with these ingredients here, what we're gonna do is, check this out. We're gonna make a marinade, real simple, right? So let me go ahead and get sharp. All right, so listen, we're gonna be working with a rack, right? This is super simple. We don't have to have no formal training or nothing like this. And when I talk to people, this is the way I'm talking like that. A lot of people, they just a little bit nervous on, you know, doing something like this, right? So if I cut that, this is just the end one. You guys can see it. Look, it's real simple. You know what I mean? What you wanna do is just cut them down, just down the middle. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take the chops and put them right here. Reason being, we're gonna go ahead and put the marinade on them and get them going, right? So just get yourself a platter big enough for a 13 by 9, however you do it. You know what I mean? You just wanna make sure you get them all in here, right? And again, this is just for our marinade. All right, so this is how we're gonna do this. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and mention this right here. Look, this is my meat slicer. You guys, if you can, go ahead and pick yourself up a good meat slicer. I have this one here. I'll give you guys a discount code. You know what I mean? These are worth it because listen, we go into the holiday and then we come out. We're gonna be using these all throughout the spring and the summer because you know when we hit that barbecue season time, this right here is gonna be your best friend. All right, so I'm gonna start with my fresh rosemary. Look at what I'm doing, folks. I'm taking it, you know, because this got like a thick, you know, stem, right? So I just try to pluck off. And what I do is I usually just go against the grain like this and just pull down. And then, you know, you can do another one, you know, but you want to get your leaves off and not, you know, have the stem, the thick stem. Okay, so, you know, once you start taking the leaves off, you know what I mean? It just gets so fragrant with the rosemary. Now you guys can do this any kind of way you would like, but the main thing is we just want to get it chopped up, right? So make sure you guys keep your fingers away, you know, and use a sharp knife. If you guys haven't heard this before, I'll tell you, it's the dull knife that'll beat you. You know what I mean? That's the one that'll cut you. Now you want to get yourself a bowl, you know what I mean? And just start adding everything into that, right? We still got to mince, you know, garlic. Now, everything is on my website. You guys already know that, smokingandgrillingwithab.com. That's WITAB.com, right? Now the recipe is gonna say, I think I put in there like 4 garlic cloves, but look how big that is. And that one, and that one. This is why you only see 3. That might be equivalent to like about 4.5. Now I'll be using my, oh man, look at this right here. My garlic press, you know what I mean? Tell you what, we might have to, that's how big that is. All right, so we'll just put it in like that. Put this over the top. Bring this over here. And I'm finna put a smile on my face. Ooh, it smells so good. I can smell the rosemary with a mixture of this garlic. Now we finna zest some of this lemon, right? Just a little bit of a heads up. Notice what I'm doing. Every time I run this across this grater, I rotate it because we don't want to get the white in there. That's what makes it a little, you know, makes it bitter. Ain't no little bit. You know what I mean? So don't do it too hard. Now with it being Christmas, right? So this is what we're gonna do. Just go in here and get me a fork. Move this around. We got to add ourselves some oil. I'm gonna set this off to the side, move this here. I'm going to be using branching vines. Listen, this is the rosemary infused, extra virgin olive oil. I start off saying like, you know what, it's the holiday, we want to level up, right? But I'm gonna tell you the truth. I cook with these products all the time. You guys already know that. You know what I mean? So this is why sometimes you can make something at home and it just might not be the same after having it the way I do it, right? But what we're doing right now is just creating a little marinade, right? There we go. Ooh. Just the aromatic that you get off of this, you might want to double this recipe and start doing something else, you know what I mean? But again, it's the holiday. We got the family over there. It's more intimate. We doing lamb. And just for you guys that are out there thinking that lamb is expensive, it's not as expensive as you think. You know what I mean? Not a whole lot of meat. And I want to say like really like, it's like 2 per person, you know what I mean? Per adult, you know what I mean? So you guys do the math, you guys can see it, and super simple. Now I'll just sprinkle just a little bit on here. I'm gonna brush this, and the reason I'm doing it this way, because I could brush the marinade on there, but when you start brushing it, and we got garlic, we got some fresh herbs in there, you don't want to get it, you don't want to like brush them off, right? So now I'll just take it, just get them like this. And then the only thing left to do is to just take some, and you just want to add some of your marinade on each one of the these little steaks down here at the bottom. Look at that, folks. This should be having you guys going, right? Now we just cover and put it in the refrigerator. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go about 4 hours. You guys, if you can just go ahead and just cover. Overnight best, always best. You know what I mean? But 4 hours to do it. Hey, to be honest with you, with such a small piece of meat like this right here probably can be done in about an hour. But I'm gonna go 4 hours, and then when I come back, we're gonna go ahead and heat this up, and we're finna make something magical. All right, so look, I just pulled this out of the refrigerator. We'll go ahead and take this off. You know what I mean? And now we're getting ready to, get it cracking. Now, look at my pan. This is one of them like aluminum style pans. You know what I mean? It's got the little grates. Nah, that's not really a grate, but it's got these little, I don't know what you actually call these, but it kind of like raises it up. But listen, we want to get this nice and hot. Now, I'm gonna be using my branch and vine avocado oil, right? Because it can take a little bit of a higher temp. This is avocado oil, right? So this is it. This is what it looks like. Man, I just love their products. Like, again, when I find something that's great, I like to share it with everybody, right? So now, I'm gonna go ahead and get a medium-high flame in here. And now we just add a little oil to it, right? That'll be enough right there. Now, this is kind of like perforated. It's up. So actually the meat is gonna sit on there and be away. So me putting this oil in there, it does 2 things for me. Some of it's gonna seep down and touch it. And another part is it's my indicator when I got this nice and hot. Now, let's talk about the internal temp. All right. So now I'm gonna take that same brush that I had earlier, and I'm just gonna brush off just a little bit, you know what I mean, of our herbs, because that'll give it a little funny color, you know what I mean? But we're trying to make these pretty. Don't forget, this is for the holiday. You know what I mean? It's not every day that we just put lamb chops on there. I don't know about y'all, but sometime when I go out, I buy lamb chops if they got it on the menu. Okay, so you guys can see, listen, we done reached our smoke point, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and grab these. Make sure they got a little olive oil on the bottom of them, and I'm just gonna go ahead and place them just like that. Now, what I wanna do is I wanna reach an internal temperature of 145. Now these are like really small, you know what I mean? So when you put them in here, I like to take them out at 140 and let the, the temperature continue to, help it cook. But look at that right there. Now, it's gonna be essential that you have one of these tools. You're gonna need something like this, like these are my meat thermometers. You guys can look at these. If you guys have one, that's fine. Just let you know these are just some options. But you wanna be able to take it, turn it on, and check the inside of the meat. Just go to the middle, and then we wanna check our temperature, right? Now, the key thing here is that I'm not moving these or touching them or nothing like that, because we want them to get, just to cook and to lay onto the surface, right? So it only takes about 3 or 4 minutes at about a medium-high heat, then we flip them over. Now, if you come over here and take a look at this, I had this and hadn't said nothing about it, but these are the level ups. This is what I'm gonna put on, when I flip it. But I just wanna let you know, this is why when you wanna have an incredible taste, especially for those who say they don't really like lamb chops, these right here, and this, along with this, is why you'll say, you know what, I've been asleep. All right, so now I'm gonna take it, and then I'm gonna just flip this over just like you see. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use my alderwood, smoked sea salt, and we just put just a little bit on here, just like you see. Right? Now we just let this, cook. We don't need a whole lot, you know what I mean? But this right here, give it a little bit of that smoky flavor, and we let that just work. Temp them. Oh yeah, this is actually 149. That's 151. And this one right here is 139. And this one here, I know that it's a bigger piece. I'm looking at it right now, it's gonna need a little bit more. All right, so you guys can see this one right here is rising up. Oh, then we better take this one out. You know what I mean? So listen, these are all ready. Turn this off. Now I'll just take them out. And the key thing is you want to let them rest, right? You want all of your meat to go ahead and take a rest for at least, about 5 minutes for something this size, All right, so everything has rested. You know what I mean? You can look at these masterpieces right here. Now I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. Now I'm gonna put this on a bed of mashed potatoes, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get the best looking ones, right? So I'm gonna start with, let's take him. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just lay that in there like that. I'm gonna grab another one. Let's go ahead and get this one. And this one here, I'll take it and I'll just get it to kind of just stand up. And because these are so small and I do love them, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and take this one here and just add it like that. All right, and then for me, I like to have a little gravy. You know what I mean? So I'll just go ahead and add a little gravy to it like this. You don't need a whole lot, folks. Just a little bit, just so you can get some, get that flavor in there. All right, so when you see it like that, and I made my gravy a little bit on the thick side, right? I don't know if you guys seen the video I just put out, but I just made some chimichurri. I had this really in mind, right? So I'm just gonna put this here. Real easy to make, folks. We just put that there. Take the back of your spoon and just smear this down this way. Just give it a little bit of smear. And guess what, folks? We just made it restaurant style. All right, folks, I hope you liked the presentation on this. And then for me, with it being, Christmas, this is what I like to just put out for everybody. You probably want, it depends on how big your family is. You really only need 2 per adult, one per, for a child. You know what I mean? So maybe a full rack of lamb will do it. You know what I mean? But this right here looks good. You put this out with the rest of your trimmings. You know what I mean? But listen, I'm not finna over talk. We finna get right in here and we finna do our thing. You know what I mean? So look, check this out right here. You see that right there? That's done right. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and mess my little presentation up. Give me a little bit of this. Put this on here like that. Whew. And guess what, folks? Cheers, y'all. Man, the chimichurri is so refreshing. Ooh. So here we go. This right here is a great presentation. It'll probably like give everybody the wow factor. You know what I mean? And all we did was just have some mashed potatoes. You know what I mean? I kept, you know, since we had the rosemary, we just put that in there for a garnish. You know what I mean? We just made the chimichurri, which goes great with it, by the way. We ain't faking. And then we all know how to, if you've been following me for a minute, you know how to make gravy, all types of gravies. But don't forget, on my website, I got you covered. Just check out smokingandgrillingwithab.com, and that's WITAB.com, right? Now listen, this right here is right. Listen, and then coming up, we finna do Cornish hens. We getting ready to do, we finna do a pork roast with the stuffing in the inside. I'm just finna show out just a little bit. I want you guys to let me know down in the comment section below, what would you do? What would you serve this with? What about your veggies and all of that? Now, with that being said, listen, if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and just tell everybody out there, check it out. There's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. Now that we done, and today ain't Christmas, I'm finna go ahead and eat this and clean this bone like it should be. Guess what, folks? I'm out. Peace.